Police departments across the country are struggling to fill their rosters. While it's tempting to seek comfort in company, the Honolulu Police Department is years into a staffing crisis that continues to grow worse every month. We're going to give you a simple and brief breakdown of the magnitude of HPD's staffing problem and give you a few examples of how the staffing crisis impacts public safety. A more thorough analysis is needed, and an action plan should be implemented immediately. To know where you're going, it's important to know where you've been. We took a look at the vacancy levels at HPD for every year going back to 2016. The red line on this chart shows the number of total sworn vacancies at HPD from May 2016 to March 2024. The number increased a staggering 250%, growing from 175 vacancies in 2016 to 437 in 2024. Unfortunately, that trend shows no sign of slowing. When we zoom in to the last few years, you can see how aggressively the trend line turns up. In March of 2022, Shopo sent a letter to the City Council during the budget process outlining its concerns with a high number of vacancies and the 30% washout rate from the Academy. We also expressed our concern with the upward trend in vacancies. Since we sent in our letter, HPD vacancies grew another 20%. Right now, 1 out of every 5 officer positions sits empty. In order to address this crisis, all stakeholders have to be realistic and honest about the challenges we face. Can we hire our way out of this crisis? No. Why? Because we cannot hire enough recruits fast enough, and we lose too many officers each year. Let us show you. Based on department data, we've averaged an 80% vacancy rate at our academies over the last 2 years. Slated for 360 recruits a year, HPD only hired 145 recruits over 2 years to fill 720 spots. However, during that same time period, 176 officers either retired, resigned, were terminated, or passed away. On top of that, of the 128 recruits hired, 61 of them did not finish the academy. All in all, 237 officers and recruits left HPD over those 2 years. We took a look at the attrition rate from 2020 through 2023 and found a disturbing result. During that time period, 589 active HPD sworn members left the department. At the same time, we only appointed 274 recruits who finished the academy, resulting in a net loss of 315 officers. Essentially, over the last 4 years, we averaged losing 147 officers a year. So, hiring 147 new recruits a year who complete all of the training only keeps us in the precarious position we are in now. If you add the 30% academy washout number, we need to hire 210 recruits every year to break even. We'll say that again. We need to hire 210 recruits every year to break even. And the thing about hiring new recruits is that it does not do a thing to replace a single officer today. This is a rough depiction of the hiring and training process for HPD. In broad terms, it can take from 12 to 18 months to go from application to filling a beat on patrol. So, for those who file an application today, if everything goes right, they could be a street-ready officer by March 2025, or more likely, sometime up to September of 2025. Based on the attrition numbers, approximately 220 officers would have left HPD during that time. There's no way around it. The current numbers and trends are catastrophic. They call for bold, decisive action. With the mayor's announcement of hiring incentives, we have a great start on one end of the process. We need similar, bold action on retention. We cannot afford to lose more experienced officers. The impacts on operations and safety will be ruinous. How do these holes on paper impact public safety in real life? We'll show you.